Hello, this is Star with Lawrence, giving you a brief overview of structure, and just want to take a look at this with you to be able to kind of look at a couple of things and hopefully get you to where you can read structure in a really great way and alleviate any problems. So our structure screen, as you can see, this is a simulator on our unit. This allows you to be able to see basically any simulated item along the network. So if you are in your range, as you can see, this is auto 120, but our range is just basically 60 or 70 foot. So a lot of you call in with issues of I can't see my structure or it just looks the same. I just want to show you two modes really quickly that basically look at that. I mean, I see kind of the same thing on each side if I throw it down to 500 foot, and I see something really small going across there. I want to ideally, if my unit is giving me automatic settings, I want to select 60 foot on that, mainly because I want to see that structure. I want to see those fish right there. I want to see that, bridge that we're crossing across. I want to see all of that information. So sometimes auto is not the best setting for you. And if I set that to range, as you can see, even if I take that out to 80 foot, that's a whole lot better picture than what we were seeing before. The frequency, you usually have 455 and 800. So as you can see, I'm going to just switch this up a couple of times so that it changes back and forth. So 800 is really for more high detail. So if you're wanting to see the detail and see what the rocks look like and all that great stuff, do that. If you want it to be 455 and be there, definitely keep it on 455. It'll change the screen out dramatically. Advanced, we want if we want, like, there's a lot of clutter up here, right there, where the water is pushing off that. Maybe we want that clutter to come back, or maybe we want it to just completely go away. As you can see, our surface clutter helps us do that. I like to say that not all clutter is bad clutter, and so that's something to keep in mind. Let's say we want the left to be on the right and the right to be on the left. It's a way to flip that back and forth. If we want range lines, what are the depth? 20, 40, 60. We can see those lines there. And if we want a log sonar, this is a great place to do that as well. So that is in advanced log sonar. If we want to take a picture of this, we want to do that. Palettes, as you can see, we have a lot of different colors that are available there. For every kind of person. A lot of people are defaulted to the blue. We like the blue, and that's good. If you want, this is my favorite, just because I like the colors and the brightness of it. The contrast seems to work really well, so that's just my favorite. But if you want that, or you don't want anything that's going to be there for you, that's going to work. The view left and right, I can view just my left only. Let's say I'm fishing on the right of the bank. I just want to take a look at that bank. Or let's say I want to just view the down. Look at all those fish, man. So that kind of gives you an idea. View, if you're ever not seeing your down scan, and you're not seeing that new feature called Fish Reveal, then you're not really seeing that. And you see how our depth changed to there. We want it to be 60, so that 40, so we can see the peaks and valleys and all that. So we sometimes need to go into our range and do auto. Fish Reveal options. These should look familiar to you because they are basically the sensitivity settings. As we know, we want to lower our sensitivity down and then slowly raise it until we start to see fish. When I start to see those fish arches, that's where I want it to be, right? And so that setting is good. Color line, if I want that color line to just change just a little bit, I can adjust those settings, and as you can see, the fish can become more pronounced when I put that in that specific location. Surface clarity, just like the other one, I might want it off. I might want it high. Not so much of a problem here because it's filtering out a lot of that information. And then palette. Oh man, palette. Let's say I want my fish to be bright on the screen. As you can see, this is a very bright palette, and then I need them to be contrasting. So that's my fish there. If I have, let's say, that one, or even this one, see how they don't contrast as much? You know, I want something to be where they're going to contrast a little bit more than just there. I mean, even that yellow one is better. So you may have to go in and actually adjust your settings just a little bit more to be able to get that going. So fish reveal, basically your sensitivity settings. Contrast. Contrast is very much like sensitivity, but as you see, when we lower it down all the way, the picture becomes very dull. And as we raise it, we start to get a picture that's a little bit more defined on that angle. So we might want to play with contrast just to see what we want to see. Like I like that one right there. So that gives me a good contrast and information on the bottom. Now if I change that palette to something that's a little bit more dull, I mean, you're still going to see that, so I might want to adjust that contrast just a little bit. You know, adjust it there, because actually 49 looks better, in my opinion, with that contrast, with that palette. So that gives you an idea of those structure settings and how to work them. And again, you just got to play around with them to be able to find out which setting is going to work best for you and which setting is going to see what you're going to see. You know, whenever if we were to have a camera, we would need to focus it, you know, to get the best picture. And with this, we actually have to focus it as well. So anyway, I hope this has clarified a little bit of structure settings for you. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us via phone, via email, and always check our help and support tab on our Lowrance.com website. Take care. Have a great day.